Hey guys, Lizardlea here for Christmas 2020
Stuff.
ornaments. Finishing the ornaments. I don't know what I'm gonna call this. So I'm planning to start with the holiday pearls, all of these guys. And the fabric I have is all snowflakes. I got them from Joann's. The other one I have this. And these ones are gonna go to the executive team. So I was like, I'll make them special and they'll get a different fabric. Also, I mean, it's snowflakes and it's blue. So we all know I like this one more anyways. But this is super cute though. Look at that. Thank you, the little animals. They're so cute. Yes, this one's snowflakes, but I love it. I haven't quite decided how I want to actually go about doing this. So you'll see that eventually because it'll eventually happen. But currently, I'm thinking maybe I'll put this in a frame and put this against it, and I'll just stitch each of them except for like the bottom or maybe even the top actually. Like leave one side open and then I'll cut that. So each of them will have 3 sides stitched. I'll put some stuffing in and then I'll hand stitch the other side, maybe. I don't know if it'll work. I've never done it this way before, but I have very weak wrists and my mom has carpal tunnel, so you know, like I wouldn't be surprised if one day I'll be like, I mean, there I meanie. I just did a teeny tiny one earlier just to see how it would go, and it hurt my wrist so bad. So if it's possible for me to do it without having to hold it, that would be really, really nice. So I'm gonna try. Alrighty, so I have officially posted all of my Christmas 2020 ornaments, except for, actually making them into ornaments. And I finally get to start that now. I know, it only took me like almost 4 months. So, um, I just kind of did these sporadically. So you're gonna see my clothes change a lot, and what I'm trying to do now as I'm editing is get the different packages and put those ornament ones together. So if you only liked holiday pearls, this video will have all of the holiday pearls made into ornaments. My next one would be, what was that? Christmas minis. And then the next one would be more tiny stockings and then tiny stockings. Yeah, I did those in a weird order, but whatever. I made all the ones I'm happy with. It's great. And yeah, so I think I only did an outro for the very last one because, like I said, I did these out of order when I actually made them into ornaments. I just did them as they came. So I will have to go and film outros for that. They'll be in March 2021 instead of December 2020, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Let's see. Oh, so obviously David is not here with me right now, but my best friend got us the one of the board games, Villainous. It was the one with Mother Gothel, Pete, and Cruella de Vil. And you guys, this game is so much fun. All right, so I don't root for the villain generally. I usually want the heroes to win, and that is true for Disney too. But playing as the bad guy is so much fun. It's such a blast, and I ended up buying all of them. I know that probably comes as a surprise to no one. It wasn't a surprise to David, but I bought all of them, and so I have played as Mother Gothel, and David played as Cruella de Vil and Pete. And I didn't want to switch because I'm not very good at strategy. I don't pick games up as quickly as David does, and he has beaten me every time we've played, you guys. So, but I have also now played as Ursula, and he played as Jafar, and again he beat me. Like, I'm not bitter about it. Like, I still have a complete blast every time we've played, and it's completely realistic for me. I wasn't expecting to win often. I think we both agreed that for the Mother Gothel one, if I had remembered a card that I had put on the board, I would have won, because it allows me to gather more points, basically, and I kept forgetting about it. And so I wouldn't move it to get that point. If I had remembered to move it, I was 1 point away from winning when David won. So I probably would have won, but I didn't remember. Because again, I'm not good at strategy. So, like, I do think it is important to remember, like, I have to remember what's on my own board. I can't rely on David, like, Liz, did you forget something? You know, like, and I don't, yeah, I think that's okay when you're playing with someone who, like, if you have a lot of experience with it and they're brand new, then it'd be like, oh, hey, you should remember to do this. Or someone who's young. Like, even if they're good, you know, they're young. So it did not bother me that David didn't remind me to move the brush. I think he also forgot, for what it's worth. But, oh my gosh. So much fun. And I am so excited to play as some more villains. Like, this... And honestly, there are so many. Like, I don't even think I can name all of them. The one... Okay, so the package we just opened yesterday that has Jafar and Ursula also has the Queen of Hearts, Prince John, Maleficent, and Hook. I think that's all of them. And so we're probably gonna play... I think I wanted to do Maleficent and he wanted to do Hook. So that's probably what we'll do later today. And then there's so many different ones. And currently, David and I have only played, 1 versus 1. But apparently you can play up to, like, 6 people. Which is just mind-boggling to me, because you don't have to announce that you're close to winning. So unless the other people are really paying attention, someone could win out of nowhere and you wouldn't even realize it. And which I think is really cool. Like, it makes it super nerve-wracking. Like, even just between the two of us, I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, if his turn takes like 1 minute, mine takes like 5. I have to think about everything. I'm like, okay, can I use this card? No, I can't. Can I use this card? No, I can't. And then I'll cycle through those. And then I'll pick them back up and be like, wait, can I use this card? Like, that's just me. And funny story that amused myself, and then when I told David, it amused him. I had a dream the other day that we were playing, just the two of us, just David and I, but we were playing 2 against 2. So, like, for instance, I would have had Mother Gothel and Ursula, and he would have had Cruella de Vil and Jafar. I don't remember any of the characters, not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I had Mother Gothel, at the very least, because I really had fun with her. But, so we were playing 2 on 2. And you don't care which of your characters wins, you just want one of them to win. That's how we were, in my dream, we're playing. I don't know if I said that. This is a dream, by the way. And, so you have a white card. It's called a fate card. When you land on a certain space, you can fate another player. And in this dream, I only wanted to put fate cards on David's characters. I didn't want to put them on one of my own, because that's not going to help me. So, in the dream, we're playing along, it's going okay, and then suddenly, I put a fate card on myself. And, I take a moment, and then I look at the board, and then I look at David, I look at the board, I look at David, I look at the board, and I was like, and then David was like, yeah, I was wondering how long it would take you to notice. And I was like, oh, you're so mean, but is it okay if I put it back? And he's like, oh yeah, of course, fate the right person this time. And so then we continued, and
I will say, David laughed, and he was like, yes, that everything about that dream rang true. I would definitely be the one to screw up in the game, and he would let me, like, he would eventually be like, okay, Liz, I don't think you wanted to do that, honey. But he would let me initially. And then when I freak out and I realize it, he would let me take it back and, not make it be permanent. So, he's good. He's good to me. So yeah, wow, did I just spend like 10 minutes talking about this? I'm sorry. It's super fun though. If you like board games, if you like Disney, Villainous is awesome. And I am very excited for the day that I can bring some friends over and we can have more than just David and I playing, because it is going to be hectic, it's going to be crazy, I'm going to do terribly, and I'm going to have so much fun. Okay, sorry. I will move on to the weird questions I was on from last time. So the last one was, oh yeah, useless talent, typing with my elbows. 6. What would be on the gag reel of your life? I mean, everything, basically. I do so many stupid things, and it's quite amusing, so I imagine that would be on the gag reel of my life? I don't know. What does it say? Those moments when the audience that has been watching your life bursts out in laughter. Oh yeah, I have way too many of those to list. I've told you guys the funny stories from my life before if you want specific ones, so those ones. 7. Where is the worst smelling place you've been? Well, if memory serves, that would be the wastewater plant that my dad worked at in Germany. So, if you don't know what a waste water plant has in it, it is the waste that is flushed down the toilet. That it smelled so bad, you guys. It was horrible. And you would go into the office and you could still smell it. That's how bad it was. And I don't have a very strong sense of smell. I never have. I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe when I was younger it was better, but currently it's not very good. Like, the only person I've met who has a worse sense of smell than me is my best friend, and she has no sense of smell. So, what does that tell you? Ay, ay, ay. So, yeah, that was just terrible. But even with how bad it was still really cool to walk around the plant and see everything. Like, I remember this just gigantic, well isn't the correct word, but it does get the right idea across, where you can walk along the edge and when you look down it is just a gigantic hole, and it had a like a propeller in it essentially, and it was moving everything along. And so that was getting all of the solids out and whatnot. And it was really cool to see, because you hear about it and it's not the same as actually seeing it in person. So yes, it doesn't smell good, but it's really interesting to see. Personally, I would recommend going to a chocolate factory. That is still more interesting to see, and it smells better. Okay. 8. What celebrity would you rate as a perfect 10? I mean, I guess I'd have to go with Ryan Gosling, just because I do find him incredibly attractive, but he is also a really good actor. I've seen him do dramatic roles. What was that? Drive. I've seen him do romantic comedies. That would be Crazy Stupid Love. Or I guess if you just want like drama, romance, Notebook. I almost said One Note. What is that? And like, he's a very good actor, and I do find him very attractive. Let's see. Let me see what this says. Great for guys or girls. See how your ideal type matches up with your friends. And if you are horrible with celebrity names like me, just think of a movie or show with a perfect 10 in it and IMDb it. Good. Yeah, that'd work. That'd do it. Okay, 9. What's a body part that you wouldn't mind losing? One of my toes. Obviously not ideal, but I can't pick my hands, my fingers, my arms, because I need both to cross stitch well, or at least, like the way that I enjoy cross stitching. So that's out. But I mean, and I don't really want to lose one of my ears because I like my earrings. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can still hear even if after you've had an ear cut off, right? I don't know how it works, I'm sorry. And I don't really want to Google it because I feel like it's going to be really gross looking. But I'd rather not lose an ear. Like, my hearing is already bad enough. If I lost my ear, I feel like it would make it worse. Because don't the sound waves get, like, angled better when you have your ear? Oh, heck, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking crazy talk, you guys. I'm weird. I don't know. But yes, I would have to go with toes. I could deal with that. You've got lots of body parts. Surely there are a few you could part with. Who knows? Maybe missing a few toes will become a fashion statement. I don't think so. I mean, personally, I have met people. One of my friends from high school, he was born on, I want to say it was his right hand. He only had his thumb and his pointer finger, and the other ones didn't fully form. And I don't recall anyone ever judging him for it. And I never judged him for it. Like, I knew him for quite a while before I even noticed. So, yeah, I don't. Eh? And I feel like whether you don't have something because you're born without it or you lose something in an accident, that's still not something I'm going to make fun of someone for. Like, if I was clumsy enough and I chopped off a couple of my toes, I'd probably make jokes about it because that's just how I am. I make fun of myself. I'd still rather not though. Like, I don't handle pain well, you guys. I really don't. So I would not recommend you try that. Like, I generally don't like St. Patrick's Day because on the couple of times I've forgotten to wear green or someone didn't notice, like my green earrings, and I got pinched, I bruise very easily. Just a pinch can be very painful to me. So, yeah, no, I don't like pain. All right, 11. Which fictional character would be the most boring to meet in real life? Okay, that's actually really interesting. Because usually it's, who are you most excited to meet and stuff like that. Who would be the most boring to meet? Okay, so I feel like it would probably be like a Mary Sue character. Like someone that you just, oh wow, everything they do is exactly what you expect. Who would be boring? That is a really good question. That, oh man. So, I will say, depending on how it works, Ash Ketchum would be probably super boring. Like, if he came over here, I'm assuming it's just him, so none of his Pokemon come along. That kid on his own would be so boring. And really annoying, probably, too. Like, where are my Pokemon? Ah, Pikachu, Pikachu! Like, you have better Pokemon to be worrying about over your stupid Pikachu, bro. Come on. But yeah, like, I feel like him on his own, especially because he's just, what, 11 years old now? Did they officially make him 1 year older, or is he still 10? Honestly, I don't know. I think with the number of episodes, if you assume each episode is 1 day, he's still several years older than when he started. And yet, somehow the last time I saw a video of him, he looked younger than when I was growing up with him. So, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like him on his own, I feel like he'd be really boring. And I love Pokemon, you guys. I grew up with it. You know this. Why am I trying to defend myself? Who else would be kind of boring? Fictional character that would be boring to meet. I feel like anyone from Sailor Moon would be really interesting. Digimon would probably be interesting. Well, So Kari is my favorite character from Digimon, but I fully acknowledge she is like a Mary Sue kind of Jesus type character. Like she's always willing to sacrifice herself to save everyone, which is the kind of thing that I like. Like Sailor Moon is my favorite, and she's the same way, where she's always willing to sacrifice herself to save everybody else. And I think Sailor Moon would be so interesting because she's clumsy and she's dorky and she's not very smart, but she has the biggest heart in the world. So she would be awesome to meet. And she likes food. Kari, honestly, I can't think of a lot of character traits about her other than the fact that she's very self sacrificing. Yes, she's very kind. She's very smart. But that's kind of about it. So I think there wouldn't be much to connect on without being in a world with Digimon. That she'd be kind of boring, which makes me sad, but whatever. I feel like anyone from Yu-Gi-Oh would be fun because a lot of them do have really interesting characters, but also there are Yu-Gi-Oh cards here. So yeah, we don't have the holograms and everything that exist in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh, but we could still play a game, and it could be really interesting showing them like, no. The rules from your world are wrong. That pot of greed is illegal in all games. No pot of greed for you, sir. I guess the boring one from Yu-Gi-Oh would probably be Taya. Japanese was Anzu, I believe. She was all about friendship, and she had a job too young. She dances. Okay, you know what? Actually, that could be fun. She dances really well. That could be fun just to watch, and then maybe she could teach me some dance moves. So you know what? I take that back. So this is the thing that like for Kari, I couldn't think of other things. For Sailor Moon, I could think of plenty of things about Sailor Moon's character other than just being self-sacrificing. Taya, I was able to think of something she really enjoys, so that's nice. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'll think about it later and I'll come up with something much better. Who genuinely would be boring, but that's all I can think of right now. Sorry. Okay. 12. What is the best and worst purchases you've ever made? Let's see. Best purchase. Probably my current laptop. Like, it runs so well and it's so nice. I cannot be happy enough to have this laptop. But when it comes to worst purchase, what would be my worst purchase? I feel like that's a really good question, but I honestly don't know. Let's see. Oh, we've all made some seriously bad purchases. So what are yours? And what about the best purchase and where can I get one? Oh, I got my laptop on Amazon. It's a MSI. It has a dragon on it. I did not get it because it has a dragon on it though. I got it because it was on sale and it was much better than my current laptop. So currently I have spent more money on my laptop than I have on any other single purchase. Oh, other than my car. I don't know if that really counts though. So, yeah. But worst purchase? I mean, I know I've bought like little things here and there that I ended up later not using. Like, I think I bought a screen protector for a phone, and then I opened it and realized, this is the wrong size. And I was like, it was only like $7 or $8. So I was like, it's not worth it to try and return this because I've opened it. So, it just went blah. Yeah, I can't think of anything because that's generally what it is I buy something, I think it's gonna work, or I think it's one thing and then I get something else and I'm like, oh, that's disappointing. Like I've bought clothes online before that didn't fit, and certain websites make returns super duper easy, so it's totally fine. But other ones, it's like it's such a hassle that I'm like, you know what, I spent less than $20 on it, I'm not gonna waste my time. Like I don't think I'm worth blah 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 an hour, that it's not worth it there. It's just not worth the hassle. I don't want to use all of my time with this. I'd rather do something else, something just more interesting, and like donate the clothes because it'll fit someone else somewhere, you know? So, yeah. 13. If you had to change your name, what would your new name be, and why would you choose that name? This question comes up way too much, you guys. I'm not changing my name. 14. What are some things that sound like compliments but are actually insults? Um, I I'm not really good at that. Like, okay, so I'm really good at sarcastic comments, just like off the cuff. But if you sit me down and you want me to specifically come up with something, I'm gonna have a hard time at it. I don't know which one of those. I mean, I guess it's more clever to do the first, but you know, if you can't come up with it, then yeah. But I don't know. Like the only people that I, you know, quote unquote compliment, but it's actually an insult, are my friends. Because I know, like, oh, you're having trouble with this. I'm gonna say you're the best at it, and we're all gonna laugh because we know we actually know that you really suck at it. You know, so it's always in good fun. It's not something that would actually offend or upset someone. I don't know if that really made sense, but my friend group, we're all about being sarcastic and picking on each other. So, you know, that's what it is. But compliments that are actually insults, I don't know. I'm not going to do a good job at that. Sorry, I got nothing. 15. What's your biggest screw up in the kitchen? Um I don't generally cook a lot or like bake a lot or anything. And when I do, I follow the directions. So I can't think of anything where I was like, oh, I burnt that, throw it away. You know, like I think not charred. That is too far. I made a pancake that one side was not black, like it was still edible, but I didn't want it. Like it was a dark brown, and I just chucked it. I don't know if you could really call that a screw up though. Like that happens. It's not, you know, you're not always going to be perfect. Um yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I helped my mom and my dad at cooking at one point or another, and you know, probably handed them the wrong thing and screwed everything up, but I don't remember it, so I don't know if it counts. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. 16. What's the worst commercial you've recently seen? Why is it so bad? Uh, I didn't like. Oh goodness, what was it? It was like it wasn't AT&T, but it was for like a phone service. I know it wasn't AT&T though, but it was like two girls, and like they were really pretty, but like it was so stupid. Like I can't even remember it because I didn't like it. That's how I am with stupid commercials that I don't like. I don't remember them. But if you want to know the most recent commercial I've seen that I really liked, it was the Match.com commercial with the devil matching with 2020. It was so good. Like, if I did not have David, that would have tempted me. All right, that would have done its job. And it was perfect. It was hilarious. Like, every time it came on, I giggled at it and I enjoyed it. Like, I genuinely really liked that commercial. So, you know, if you haven't seen it, I totally recommend you watch it just because it, you know, the first time I saw it, I didn't see it coming. It was just, you know, like the devil and the apocalypse was coming down, and then he like walks not under a bridge, but you know, it's kind of dark, and he's like, "Are you 2020?" And it was just like, "Yes, I am." It was so good. And then you know, they're the perfect match, of course. And it was so good. It was so good. I loved it. Okay. 17. What is the craziest thing one of your teachers has done? Craziest? Um, uh, I can't, I can't think of anything. Craziest? what does I'm sure we've all had that one teacher with a couple of screws loose, or how about the teacher that just absolutely lost it during class? No. Um, like I remember my physics teacher in high school, so I was a junior. Somebody, I to this day I still don't know who did it, but somebody made it so when he turned his computer on and tried to log in, it would start playing a song. I want to say it was Bad Day, because you had a bad day, but I could be wrong. I remember like it played on repeat and he could not get it to stop. And he ended up having to like call an IT person, and like he was pissed. I was genuinely just sitting there like, okay, but like I want to learn. Like I giggled at first, but then when he wasn't able to resolve it quickly, I was like, ooh, I don't like this. I hated that class and I hated that teacher. But I like to learn, and I don't like when people take my opportunity to learn away from me. I really don't. Like, if you don't want to learn, that's fine. Don't go to class or sit there and just stare off into the distance. Do not take away from my learning experience. But I mean, like, he wasn't crazy. I mean, he did say something, of like, if we find out who did this, you're going to get into serious trouble. And I honestly, I don't know if he ever did. And I also, like, I don't even know if it was actually someone in our class. Plenty of other people has had him as a teacher. I mean, I'm assuming it was someone from the first class. Or, well, I guess that actually, it could have been someone from the last class if they had done it the day before. But heck, I have no idea, you guys. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, I wasn't a fan. And I feel like that's the only prank I can think of. Cause craziest, like literally all the things that I can think of were not crazy to me. So, the senior skip day, my senior year, it was on a day when we had a AP government, and that was one of the most difficult classes I've personally ever taken. Like government history, I am not good at that. That is not where my memory lies. Or no, that is where my memory lies to me. Sorry, that was bad. I'm so sorry. And so when I found that out, I was like, there's no way I'm skipping. Like honestly, I wasn't really planning on skipping anyway, cuz I was like, I'm either going to be skipping, well, no, I think I had calculus and AP Gov the same day. Was it my B day? Oh, I could be wrong, because I want to say I my first class was calculus. I do remember that. Then I had a second class. Then I had lunch. And then I think I had AP Gov after lunch. I think that's what it was. But I was just like, there was no way I was going to skip my B day, because I was like, that's two difficult classes where it's very important just for me personally to be there. I'm great at math, but calculus was not easy by any means, all right? And let's see who all was there. I was there. My best friend Amy was there. Derek, our president, was there. Was anybody else there? Patrick might have been there. I think more than half of the class was not there. And Mr. Paul, that was his name, he was pissed. Because he was just like, you guys chose a day when you have my class to skip? Are you kidding me? Like, he wasn't speaking to us. Those of us that were there, he was not upset with us at all. He was so pissed at the people that weren't there. And, which is understandable. Like, it's an AP class and you're a senior. Like, that's, But, he passed out a quiz, because he often gave quizzes. That wasn't anything new. And he's like, okay, this is going to be worth, like double points or something. And he was like, everybody else who's not here, they get a 0. I don't care what their excuse is. And I don't think I did great on it. Honestly, I think I got like a C or a D. but I'm pretty sure all of us that were there, like the 4 of us that were there, he counted it as an A in the books, and everybody else got a 0. And I was okay with that, because it's like, yeah, it is kind of disrespectful to me to skip. Like, I don't know. I ended up doing a senior skip day with 3 of my friends on another day. And so it was myself, Camille, Angelica, and Caleb. We went to Disneyland. I was in Japan, sorry. I know, I'm horrible. I'm always talking about how I've been everywhere. We were in Japan, so we went to Disneyland Tokyo. And Camille's mom was one of the English teachers. She didn't teach the higher levels of English. She taught honors English, so that was for sophomores, actually. I don't think it was even for freshmen. I think it was just sophomores. And so, you know, she knew that we weren't sick, but the 4 of us had our parents call in sick. And so we went to Disneyland, and that was our senior skip day. And personally, I thought it was super fun. I was not interested in going with the entire class because, first off, my best friend Amy wasn't going to be there, so why would I skip without her? And then second off, they wanted to go camping. And so I love camping. But when I asked a lot of the people, so I graduated in a class of 63. So I knew everybody I graduated with. You know, I knew everybody I went to school with. I asked a ton of them, like all the ones I was friends with. I was like, you know, have you gone camping before? Have you gone camping before? And everyone told me no. And I was like, I am not going to go camping with all these people that don't know how to camp, because I'm going to just not have fun. I'm going to be setting up tents. I'm going to be doing all of this, and it won't be the fun part of camping. Like, I do think setting up a tent is fun if you're with friends or family and they know what they're doing. And in the past, I've gone camping with my family and family friends. And so my nuclear family, my parents, my brother, and I, we will put up our tent. And if we're the first ones to finish, and we usually were, we would go and help the other family friends. You know, like, oh, these guys are having the hardest time, let's go help them. Boom, we got it up. Oh, the other people still haven't finished, let's go help them. Boom, it's up. And then we can all hang out. But if I'm literally the only one that has any camping knowledge, like, this isn't going to be fun. And I do not regret not going to that one. Because even now, you know, actually over a decade later, still not interested in doing that. And yeah, I had so much fun on mine. But honestly, the best part about this was that the class of 2009, so I graduated the class of 2010. So when I was a junior, the seniors, their senior skip day, they all decided to go to Disneyland. Well, they get to Disneyland and find out, oops, park is closed today. All day. Not like, you know, a delayed opening or anything. Closed all day. If any of them had looked it up, they would have known this. But they got there and found out it was closed. So they waltzed on over to Disney Sea. Not gonna lie, you guys, Disney Sea is fun. But it has about 2 rides that are fun for an adult. Disney Sea is generally for kids. So, man, when we found that out, we roasted them so hard. I want to say Derek, so he was our president, when he spoke at our graduation, he mentioned, like, oh yeah, you know, in our senior skip day, we didn't go somewhere where they were closed. Like, it was so good. Oh, it was great. Okay. 18. When did you screw everything up, but no one ever found out it was you? When did I screw something? Okay, so I'm really good at white lies. I'm good at lying when it's not important, when there's like nothing on the line, or when it's like a surprise for someone. If I have screwed up, I'm going to be way too nervous in order to lie about it. And so, you know, like, even if I were to try, I know they would realize it and catch me. And I was raised, like, you don't lie. Like that is the worst thing you can do is lie. It is better to screw something up completely and admit to it so that you can learn from it and do better next time than it is to lie and, you know, either get caught later or get someone else in trouble. So I can't think of anything. What does it say? What have you gotten away with? How sneaky were you when you were younger? Or was it something recent that you messed up and got away with? Yeah, I can't think of anything. Because, like, I've totally screwed things up before. I have totally screwed up. I've screwed up at work. I've whatever. But if I don't call myself out on it, other people do, you know? So I can't think of a time I got away with it. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. 19. What problem or situation did TV/movies make you think would be common, but when you grew up you found out it wasn't? Pretending to be in a relationship with someone. Okay, so straight up, every single thing I've seen, when there is a fake relationship of any kind, there are always people who are like, prove your relationship, kiss them. Always. Every single thing I can think of. Like live action, cartoons, all of it. And dude, in the real world, I have pretended to be in relationships with girls before just to get people to back off because it's like, you're being disgusting, go away or I will murder you. And I have never had someone be like, oh, prove it, kiss her. Because, like, if I'm already pretending to be in a relationship with a woman, I am already pissed off at someone. Not at the girl. I've never been mad at one of my friends because a guy is being disgusting. But in my experience, it's always been a guy. I'm pissed because the guy will not back off and leave her alone. Like, if I have to step up and say something because you are this much of a disgusting mess, no. Just, oh, I hate people so much. Like, there's a difference between someone trying to be coy and playful and someone just telling you, no, you're making me uncomfortable, I'm not interested, or no, I have a boyfriend, you know, and it just, yeah. And every single time I've had to do that, it's generally worked out. I've never had someone be like, oh no, you have to prove it. Like, no one expects you to prove a relationship, especially because most people don't really like PDA. They don't want to see you making out with somebody. So, oh, the other one that I genuinely thought would be an issue that I'd run into in my life was quicksand, because that is everywhere in movies and TV, and I have never even met someone who has so much as seen quicksand, let alone, you know, like, fall in it. But it was everywhere on the TV. Whew. Oh, I am almost to the end. I've got a minute. Let's see. 20. What quote or saying do people spout but is complete BS? Oh my gosh, I'm on a time limit, which is making me nervous, and now I don't know. One that always gets me is love means never having to say you're sorry. You better occasionally say sorry, or there's a good chance they aren't going to love you for very long. Oh, I completely agree with that one. Love means never having to say you're sorry. No. If you screw up, you apologize. Are you kidding me? No. I can't think of anything. And there's not enough time left. I don't know. Maybe I'll have one for the next video. I'll try. We'll see. I don't believe in me. I'll forget, and then I'll be in the same situation where I'm like, I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this.
And that is the end of Holiday Pearls. Ornaments. I made ornaments. Why are you mocking me, sir?
I'm adding flair.
No. Didn't feel like flair.
Well, I'm sorry my flair is substandard.
So, in the end, the making of the ornaments took me 5 hours and 41 minutes. At the end of each of my videos, I told you how long the cross-stitching took, so you can do the math. It's fine.
Because you don't want to.
I really don't. Like, Did I bring my phone? I don't have my phone. I need a calculator. I'm not doing the math that you think I'm doing.
I believe you.
There's my calculator. Okay. So, no wait. 300 plus 41. 41. 342 divided by 12. I averaged about 28 minutes and 30 seconds on each ornament. Does that math check out? Times 12. 342 minutes? I don't. What?
Why
12 ornaments.
Oh, 12.
So
ornaments.
it was 5 hours and 41 minutes.
Yeah.
And 12 ornaments.
Well, you need to convert it from hours to minutes.
Yeah, so I did 60 times 5
Plus 41.
300 plus 41
Divided by 12.
divided by 12.
How many
Okay,
minutes?
28.41. I did do it right.
Yeah. Yay, math.
I did it. I can math.
Stay on the Lizardlea channel. Math.
Yes. I mean, I am an accountant. Like, I'm generally good at math. I obviously don't trust myself, but I'm good at math.
It's an important skill for an accountant.
This is true. This is true. I always double check my work, which is actually incredibly important for an accountant. So, I'm good. I'm done now. So,
Hooray.
like, subscribe, share, comment. Oh, there it is.
It's only March. Love you.
Do you?
Yep.
Do you?
The most.
I don't think he does, you guys.
Let's see.
I'll see you in the next video!